So in this video, I'm going to be talking about Bryan Johnson's blueprint protocol, and I'll be going over Bryan Johnson's protocol and what he does, his philosophy on things. I'll be going over his routine itself, and I'll be covering his biomarkers and what I think of those, and as well as some of the physical things that he does. Now, there's a lot of things, in my opinion, that Bryan Johnson does very, very well, but there are definitely some things that stand out, and it looks a little damaging, and I'll go over it. So first, I'll be going a little bit over. He does say specifically, he says that he goes vegan strictly out of choice. So specifically, he's doing it for moral and ethical reasons. He's not actually doing it for health reasons. I personally don't even agree that being vegan is like ethically moral, but that's a completely different thing. So just from looking at some of this, I can see now. I don't know about you, but this is what I think, anyways. So if we look at his son's hair, I'm pretty sure this is his son. If we look at his son's hair and we look at his hair looks a little bit stranded. Like there is a little bit of like this. I don't think this is healthy. Now, I don't know if there's like he's tying it back with something and that's why it looks like all jaded like that. But I don't think hair is supposed to look like this. There are some other things that do come with being vegan and that's related to cholesterol, and I'll be talking about those, especially related to his biomarkers. So we see, so he goes over his philosophy. Now, there's like the four things on embrace and rebel. Now, if we look at embrace in particular, systems over willpower, like sometimes I can understand this. Data over human opinion, I don't always agree with this, especially when data is manipulated. This is really bad when data is manipulated, because when it's manipulated, you get problems like we have today, which is like the obesity epidemic, cancer epidemic, diabetes epidemic, a heart attack epidemic, like there's so many epidemics happening, and this is because of poor data. So just off of this alone, I'm going to say that I don't fully agree with this. I sometimes agree with this. Harmony over addiction. Okay, it depends how you define addiction, but maybe compounded rates of self-improvement. I 100% agree with this statement. I think that this is probably one of the most important things in life, in my opinion. This is just make sure you're always better than you were yesterday. Even though this is a little bit difficult to measure and tell, like if you're going in the right direction, just make sure you're getting a little bit better than you were yesterday. It is difficult to tell, though, if you're going in the right direction. So he says rebel against addictive algorithms. Now, if you look at his first statement on embrace, it says systems over willpower. These two are kind of contradictory because a addictive algorithm can be a system. So how do we know that system isn't an addictive algorithm? So it's sort of, again, it's a little contradictory. I get what he's going for, but I don't think this is the way to. I don't think he should be adding these two. I don't think this addictive algorithms and systems of willpower should be under embrace and rebel. It should just be maybe three of them, because this that's very contradictory. How are you supposed to tell whether or not this system is an addictive algorithm? So, corporate profiteering at your detriment. I 100% agree with this. I mean, in my previous video, oh my God. Yeah, I completely agree with him on this one. So you can tell, at least at the very least, his intentions are in the right direction, or it seems as if his intentions are in the right direction. So I encourage that behavior. I like that. Social norms, encouraging bad behavior, rebel against this. I definitely actually do agree with this. There are some social norms that encourage good behavior, but how are you supposed to tell what's good and bad behavior, right? How are you so certain, especially today? Because there are so many things that are told to us today, like this is good behavior. Like, hey, taking a shower is good behavior. Brushing your teeth is good behavior. Like, I am great examples that this isn't necessarily true because I haven't done these. I haven't brushed my teeth in 2 years, and I haven't taken a shower in 4 years. So obviously, I don't fully understand. I get where he's going, though. I definitely get where he's going. I can agree that there's a lot of social norms that encourage bad behavior. There's a lot of social norms that encourage bad behavior. Self-aided destruction, rebel against this. This is contradictory a little bit to embrace right here. Compounded rates of self-improvement, but rebel against this. Now, the reason is because compounded rates of self-improvement could also be causing self-aided destruction. So if you're really obsessive over something, then you're going to get really, really good at it, but you're also going to probably be having some self-destructive behavior in the process. I mean, that's how obsession works. I don't really know another way around it. So I agree with it, but it's a little bit difficult to ignore. If you're trying to go for compounded rates of self-improvement, it's really difficult to not have some self-aided destruction in the process. Naturally, when you're obsessive, this just happens, especially if you really want to get good at something. So, okay, he talks about, what his timeline is and his thought process. So now I'm going to be going over his biomarkers. Now, there are, as I explained before in my previous video, where I talk about cholesterol and how unbelievably important cholesterol is, we can sort of see the damage, or the definitely maybe the outlier variables, because the rest of his lifestyle accounts for a lot of this, and some of the supplements as well might help. But for the most part, there are some things that definitely stand out, and it's really shown in the biomarkers here. Now, there's a lot of like other things he could measure. I'm not sure if he has measured them. I'll figure that out eventually. But just some of the things that stand out to me. So obviously, all of this is good. This is good. This is good. This one's bad. This is bad. This is not what you want to see. This is not bad. This is really bad. This is really bad. This one's really bad. So free testosterone. So in my previous video, I talk about how a lot of hormones are originally from cholesterol, and we can see here that his free T is age equivalent of 41, which maybe even if he's 41, still I don't think this is actually supposed to be normal, because if you look at it, all these reference ranges are always in comparison to the rest of the population. And actually, these reference ranges can also change depending on the region. But this is not what you want to see. This is not what you want to see. This means that he definitely is not producing enough testosterone, and that would make sense because he doesn't have much testosterone to go work off of besides the cholesterol he's synthesizing, most likely from the sun, because I'm assuming that he goes out in the sun. Otherwise, these numbers wouldn't be like this. He definitely goes out in the sun. If we look further, I'm pretty sure we'll eventually find out he goes in the sun. So yeah, this is very low. The 41, this is not something that you want to see. Age equivalent, no, I don't. Anything else related to sex steroid hormone, probably you'll find is pretty bad. I think this is fine. A lot of this is like exercise stuff, so this is obviously going to be really good. This is fine. So all of this is fine. Okay, and again, when it comes to this right here, we can see his LDL is 74. This is, again, not good, because once again, I talked about how cholesterol is unbelievably important for the manufacturing of a lot of these steroid hormones, and I don't think he's getting enough. That might explain his hair. I'm not entirely sure why his hair looks like kind of patchy like that, because I do know, I know that there's something related to DHT in hair. I'm not entirely sure what it was again, but I'm pretty sure there is something. So yeah, this is pretty low, and we would expect this because he is vegan, right? He's basically ingesting no exogenous cholesterol. This is pretty bad though. That's really bad. NAD. So all this is fine. Everything else, everything else seems pretty good. Sex hormone binding globulin is 68. I don't know the exact equivalence as to if there's like an equation that I can use in order to see whether or not this free T matches up with sex hormone binding globulin. So, and if we look at some of the other things, we will see, again, testosterone is 769. I actually think this number is low. I do know that humans in medieval times, if I remember correctly, had this was supposed to be a little higher, like around 1,000 or something, or 1,500. I can't remember what it was. So I do think there's a lot of yeah, there's a lot of other factors in the environment, but just what we know about phytoestrogens and how they can basically have estrogen activating properties, and this makes sense. VO2 max, treadmill, yeah, obviously he's doing like really good workouts. So there's a lot of things that he's doing very good, clearly. So, okay, yeah, he talks about the rate of aging, and then he talks about, or he probably will talk about like the rate of aging of different organs. Okay, so now he's gonna go over his food, a lot of his food, so that he eats. So discontinued. I don't know if that means that it like stopped or something, and we're not doing it anymore. Okay, he even gives you a prep video on how to make it. I guess the mushrooms part isn't that bad, but a lot of this other stuff I don't like, or I wouldn't use. So this in particular, extra virgin olive oil, again, I don't prefer polyunsaturated fats. I explained in my previous video, but there's definitely a higher chance of creating reactive oxygen species with them. Okay, he even has chocolate, apparently, and he has chicken. No, that's probably not his. There's no way that's his. I don't believe that. If he says he's vegan, he's not going to include a picture of chicken. That's probably like some other version of it. So he has nutty pudding as well, which apparently has all of the. Oh, God. Oh, boy. Okay, I would not want this. So there's a lot of things that I see that I wouldn't want about this, but 1 tablespoon of sunflower lecithin. I wouldn't want that. I definitely wouldn't want that. Walnut nuts, macadamia nuts. So there's a lot of, and flax seeds. Okay, that would make a lot of sense. So, his flax seeds are really, really high in phytoestrogens, and based on his free T levels and his T levels, this would make a lot of sense as to why they are being lowered. So, when I see low free T, that means like lower sex drive. And looking at this, like this would make a lot of sense because these are very, very high in phytoestrogens, and they can they have estrogen activating properties, and they can sort of like mess with the SHBG. They'll bind to it, and then when they bind to it, that also inactivates the use of the testosterone binded to it, and it prevents the estrogen from binding, the free estrogen from binding to it as well. So there's basically more free estrogen in the body. I mean, there's like a lot of this is not good. So he eats throughout the day, as you can see, because he says like third meals. So that I would assume that means that there's like multiple meals throughout the day. And obviously in carnivore, you don't have to do this, but if you're going plant-based, you probably will because you're going to feel like a lot of hunger. You're going to feel a lot of hunger. And yeah, oh God, I wouldn't want this. So he explains extra virgin olive oil, whatever. This is not really okay. And he is eating 58 pounds monthly of this stuff, and he has a supplement stack. Oh my God, what on earth is this? Holy crap, this guy takes a lot of supplements. Oh my God. Okay. I guess that accounts for a lot of things. So there's a lot of supplements this guy takes. I personally, this is ridiculous. Holy crap. I would be I usually swear a lot more. I'm definitely restricting it for this video, but wow. Okay, so there's a lot of things that I see. I wouldn't be taking any of these at all, ever. Not that I'm aware of anyways. I don't recognize any of these that I would want to take. Metformin, I do recognize this. Probutyrate, I recognize that. Again, metformin. Oh my God, dude, this guy's like taking it nonstop. And he's taking melatonin. Holy crap. Okay, so there are so many supplements he's taking in this video. I am not going to go over all of these because this is just absurd. In my opinion, there is no way this is realistic unless you have the time to do this. This is not realistic. Like, holy crap. Holy crap, he has even more. Okay, good, there's no more. So there's a lot of things that really stand out to me here. Just a couple. So for instance, ashwagandha, I'm pretty sure this is related to testosterone and helping testosterone. I mean, oh my God, I can't even imagine how bad his testosterone would be if he didn't take some of these things. So there's a lot of things that he's doing. I don't think a lot of this is even necessary, and I think a lot of this is causing damage. I don't know if he documents like whether or not he feels pain sometimes, but a lot of this, just combining like everything he has, like all of this and all of this, I see problems gonna happen. There's definitely problems happening here. I don't know what, I can't tell what it is yet, but the first thing I obviously when it comes to going vegan and oxalates, the first thing I think of is joint and muscle pain or just like arthritis and that sort of thing. So I don't know if he documents that, but this is absurd. This is already not that good in my opinion, and then this entire thing, like I gotta be real with you. If you have the time to take every single one of these every single day, you have way too much free time on your hands. This is crazy. Holy crap. This is ridiculous. All right. So, philosophical principles. Okay, yeah, whatever. Oh, so he does. Okay, so he does like a fast. Oh, okay. He does like a half fast. It's not a full fast. Pace of aging 0.69, body fat. Yeah, whatever. Healthy chocolate. I mean, I can understand. Obviously, there are some forms of chocolate that are healthier than others, but this, I don't really agree with this. Okay, so he goes all over all of his stuff again. Oh my God, dude, it's getting even lower. Oh God, that is not what you want to see. His testosterone is the same, but his free T is going lower, but his testosterone is the same. Oof. His triglycerides are very low. This is good. SHBG is still the same. Glutathione, same. Cholesterol, same. Yeah, this is not. I don't think that this is good. I don't know. I don't know how phytotoxins accumulate in the body. If he's sort of, I think he's like kind of getting rid of them, maybe sometimes. But some of these numbers are not good. Now, I would like to see more biomarkers. I would like to see more than just this. But alone, this like I don't like that testosterone level. I really don't like that testosterone level. So yeah, okay, this guy clearly has like tons of free time. He obviously has money, but he has tons of free time. Okay, so in terms of who actually would be able to do all this, so there's tons of other things that he does in order to keep himself healthy. I think that none of it comes from being vegan. Like he needs so many supplements in order to function. So yeah, he just needs. This clearly is not feasible. If you're going vegan, you're gonna need to basically be like this guy in order to keep healthy. It's not because it's not sustainable. I mean, it really isn't. I do know people have died going vegan as well, literally because you don't get enough nutrients. So, anyways, all of this. Oh my God, he does a lot of things. Holy crap! Is this every day? Jeez. Okay, this is absurd. Yeah. So he has clearly tons of money and tons of free time. He has tons of people measuring this stuff. So obviously this is good. This is what you want to see. It shows that he works out, right? His liver, I'm not expecting much damage to his liver. So if we look at his heart health, just based on like his exercise routine, I'm pretty sure we're gonna see some very, very good results. Tons of this stuff. So his heart health, a lot of his heart health, I'm pretty sure all of his or most of them anyways are going to be good for the most part. I do think he's going to see some problems with his bones and joints, or he might document that. I don't know if he documents that, but just looking at his family so far, like he has 2 kids it looks like, and they all work out, so clearly they have tons of free time. They do this right, like he has. I mean, oh my, he in particular has tons of free time, but or either that or he pays a ton of people to do the research for him, which that might sort of work, but I don't think that this would he's not really getting the best results. So obviously they work out. Is there anything else here? So it says no plaque or atherosclerosis. I think that's fine. Yeah, it's fine because, or I think this is normal anyways. It's what you would expect to see. Specifically because 1, he keeps in unbelievably good shape, and 2, he does not mix fatty acid and glucose, and I talk about that in my previous video, insulin to glucagon ratio, as well as the reactive oxygen species that can be generated in the process. And now we're going to go brain health. I know that cholesterol, again, is very important for the brain, and just making tons of lipids. He doesn't have, like, he has to synthesize. His body's being forced to synthesize all of these. So I'd expect these numbers to be higher, definitely, and they are. They definitely are. I don't know if this is normal. I don't know if you could actually reduce these, but I'm pretty sure you can. This is definitely more in his age range, clearly. Like, whatever age he is. I don't know if he's like 40 years old or what, but so I'm expecting his lung health to be good, and that's because he exercises like madman. This guy exercises a lot. So you can exercise a lot, but it's not going to fix your brain health. It'll help, but it won't fix it. So yeah, I think this is pretty good. Obviously, I mean he does like so much exercise. Gastrointestinal health. He put a pill inside himself, or like a camera inside himself, and then it looked for all this stuff. Okay, so that's good. Definitely some people are much more susceptible to this. So I'm pretty sure that if you did his exact same routine, except you did it for somebody like Carnivore Kent, who does have the genetic predisposition, I think, to, I don't know if he had ulcerative colitis or what he had, but if you do that same thing for him, I think you're going to find completely different results going on this like whole diet thing. And if he didn't die by doing this. Joints. We are exploring problem. Our joints, knees, hips break down with age. Okay, yeah. No, your joints, knees, and hips, they sort of break down with age, but you shouldn't have Okay, yeah, so this is what I thought. Okay, so I talked about this before. There's oxalates in plants. There's tons of these inflammatory markers, and he's eating them regularly every day. Now, even though he has tons of supplements, I am not aware of any of these supplements that like mitigate the damage of these phytotoxins or just undo them. And even if they do, they're like, in terms of cell signaling, it's really complicated, so you're bound to affect something down the line as well. Now here, okay, so our joints, knees, and hips break down with age. Not fully true. Resulting in pain, stiffness, and movement restriction. While I do not have any major joint problems, I do have small aches and pains. Okay, so just off of that alone, that tells me that this man is definitely experiencing something related to oxalates, because this is not, I don't think that you should be having this. You should not be having small aches and pains. We're testing C, normal damage therapy. Okay. So he had, again, this guy has so much money. So yeah, he injected stem cells. Literally, he has tons of people around. Oh my God, this is crazy. I wonder how much they're getting paid. So he got stem cells injected into him, it sounds like, which is absolutely absurd. In terms of like, you're not going to be able to do this because, 1, you don't have the money to do this, and 2, I'm pretty sure there's something related to legal things and stem cells. Like, you can't do this everywhere. Chronic inflammation in shoulders. Inflammatory markers. We already talked about that. Bilateral knee patella wear in the kneecap. Fluid in knee. Okay, so clearly he's definitely experiencing some problems now. And there's not really like a... Yeah, like, this is not... No. Okay, so first off, you're not supposed to experience... I don't think you're supposed to experience this regularly as a human. Maybe when you're like 100 years old, and if you're carnivore, maybe. But this is like you're not supposed to be experiencing this around the age of 40. I'm pretty sure he's like around 40. I think yeah. I looked his age up. His age is 46. So this is definitely this is not normal. Treatment and pain. Okay, yeah, whatever. So he completed the injections. Does he say like is this a timeline? Does he tell you when he did this? I don't know. Hair health. He should be bald now, or that's what he says based on genetics. I don't. Okay, yeah. So again, like what he's doing, this is not like. Will you probably lose hair going vegan? Yes. Is there any way to get it back? Like he is doing literally so many different things in order to get it back. And he has tons of these different supplements and all this other stuff. He's literally wearing a red light cap. Like you're not. This is what I mean. Even being vegan is not only more expensive. It's just if you actually want to try to be healthy, but even then you're going to experience some problems. And this is probably the biggest thing that I can see in terms of the problems he's going to experience. This stuff right here. You're going to be getting joint problems. It depends on where the oxalates build up, honestly, or where the phytotoxins build up. But just as we can see, chronic like there's obvious inflammation markers here. So this is like this is a no-brainer. So if we look at his skin health, I don't see anything. Oh my god. He actually gets his skin needled. Holy crap. Okay. So this guy, I mean, he does literally everything. He's doing every single. Okay. Oh boy. First off, there's a lot cheaper way to do all this, and it's just to eat meat. You don't need to do skin needling and throw yourself under red light like this for oh my god. This guy's crazy. Okay, so yeah, he's doing so many things, and there's a much cheaper way to do all of this and be probably even healthier actually than him. Maybe you won't be able to work out the same amount, but even then, you'll probably still end up being healthier than him. I think he's going to experience some serious joint problems down the line because I know that phytotoxins are going to build up and oxalates build up, and you can't really get rid of them that easily. So eye health, okay, yeah, whatever. Eyelash length, genetically short, sure. Ear health. Oh, did he do different? Oh, I think he actually like maybe tried repairing one of them and then didn't. Oh my god. Age 61, age 51. But I do know that some other phytotoxins can interfere with how the ear works. I don't know if it's like specifically in the tympanic membrane or where it is in the ear, but there is a lot. Yeah, so there are definitely some things that are showing. So age 60, age 51, age 60. I don't think he's 60. He's 46. So there are definitely some things that are standing out in particular. Oral health. Okay, yeah. I mean, yeah, okay, whatever. He brushes. He does tons of these other stuff. You have the gums of a healthy teenager, yada, yada, yada. Okay, so again, he does tons and tons of things just to keep this up. And I don't brush my teeth, and I got the same results. So, or at least I went to the dentist, and the dentist couldn't tell. Oh boy, man, this is quite long. Sleep health. Oh my god, I'm not even halfway through this. Sleep and wellness. Okay, this is not like really that relevant. This guy takes melatonin before he sleeps. He's gonna pass out. He's literally gonna collapse. Like this is no brainer. Takes 300 milligrams. Was it really 300? I'm pretty sure that's like an absurd amount. Anyways, regardless. Yeah. So I agree. Blacked out room. This is important. Sleep alone. Maybe. I don't really know the difference that much. I could imagine maybe getting kicked. Oof. Or kneed in the wrong area. That would not be good. Other measurements. Telomere length. What? So apparently there are other measurements. Pancreas elastase 70 plus. I don't know what exactly this means. I don't know if this is like the age or whatever. Pancreatic elastase. I don't know some of these. What is this? Prostate? Bolivia tribe 59? I don't get it. Where's the he doesn't compare himself, does he? I don't see a comparison here. So, I don't really know what this is. This sort of just seems like data that isn't really organized, so I couldn't really tell you. Yeah, this doesn't really look too organized. I can't tell what exactly this is. Diet and supplements. Yeah, okay, this again, this is absolutely absurd to me. 2,250 calories. Calories are not even a important measure, but I'm not gonna explain that. 10% caloric restriction. Okay, yeah, whatever. Vegan preference, not necessity. Yeah, he already talks about that. 70 pounds of veggies monthly. 100 plus pills daily. Like, bro, oh my God, this guy's a psycho, honestly. This is way too many pills. Holy crap. Dude, this is like a meal. This is literally eating an entire meal itself. Just the amount of pills alone. The pills alone could feed like tribes in some regions of the world. Holy crap. This is just wrong, man. Okay. Oh boy. Fitness. Okay, yeah, this makes tons of sense. So, if we look at just a lot of the other things that he does in terms of his heart, like his heart health and like his obviously his musculature and his body fat percentage, this makes total sense. Like if you just if you look at this, so he has fun workouts for daily routines. It's 1 hour a day, 25 exercises, 7 hours weekly. So he works out 1 hour every day, which is a lot. I mean, it depends on like what the intensity is also, but I'm gonna assume that the intensity is decently high. Holy crap. Yeah. So this guy works out a lot. There is no question. So I think a lot of his benefits can just be attributed to working out. If you I mean, you can see the only problem though is like if you go vegan and you work out, you're probably going to run into these joint problems because that is where oxalates can build up. And I mean, he experienced it. Clearly, he experienced it. So even he's not immune, or at least like his oxalates build up in his bones or like joints. I don't know. Some other people might have it build up in other places, which could be worse. But his do seem to be building up there. Notable change challenges. Okay, so these are apparently case notes of December 2021. Okay, so now he's starting to, yeah, exactly. This is what I mean. You're going to get some cell signaling problems again, and severe headache symptoms causing to wake up in night on this basically supplement that he ends up taking since 25th January 2022. Like, dude, this is not sustainable, man. You can't tell me this is what normal humans are supposed to be doing. Holy crap. This is crazy. Nocturnal bruxism. Oh, okay. Bruxism is like where your teeth like clench, I'm pretty sure. Possible TOS. Okay, so a lot of these things he's mentioning, he's actually seeming to talk about like problems. So it says no previous stroke. So does that mean he had a stroke? I'm not entirely sure about this. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure, but no previous stroke, blurred vision, or other medical conditions. So if he's experiencing this, then clearly he's getting some problems when it comes to the phytotoxins involved. I mean, this does not sound normal. Stroke, aphasia, blurred vision. For the most part, though, I do say most of his stuff are really, really good. For the most part, he's doing some really, really, really good things when it comes to his lifestyle. Like his diets were really poor, but his lifestyle, specifically his exercise routine, probably he goes out in the sun. I haven't seen anything that says he goes out in the sun, but there's no question this man definitely goes out in the sun, because he needs to synthesize a lot of cholesterol, and you can synthesize it two ways. You can either synthesize it going out in the sun, or you can synthesize it by eating meat. Now, you can synthesize it both ways as well, but he most likely goes out in the sun. Excessive hair, excessive stress, chronic depression. 20 to 40 whitened my hair. What? So he whitened his hair. Wait, so he dyed it? Okay, I don't know if this means he dyed his hair. Excessive stress, chronic depression. Again, another brain, like, you don't experience this on carnivore. You just don't. This is, and this has to do, there's so many reasons why. Your neurotransmitters are firing correctly. One, you're actually getting the correct amount of lipids. You're actually using fatty acids. When your mitochondria are trying to oxidize, going through oxidative phosphorylation, you're using fatty acids. You're not using glucose. So, I mean, there are tons and tons of things that this definitely sounds like a vegan thing. I mean, I used to have this when I was a vegetarian all the time. I was basically vegetarian. I would eat like fish and plants all the time, and I felt like crap. Appendix. Okay, latest photos. So, again, this guy has a lot of free time. Monthly notes. I don't really like looking at these things because they don't really tell you. I don't think they tell you that much. I want like words. Just give me words. Okay, it goes bowling. Rapamycin every 2 weeks to prevent organ transplant rejection and has possible aging effects. Okay, so to me, this just sounds like an anti-inflammatory drug. If the whole point is to prevent rejection of organ transplant, and we've measured rapamycin in blood, 4.1 days. Okay, so I don't really think you would need this on carnivore, and that's because your inflammatory markers are so low because you're not ingesting phytotoxins. Once again, you're not consuming oxalates, which turn into oxalic acid, which is an inflammatory marker. You're not consuming lectins as well. So yeah, this is not like, you don't need to do a lot of this. So he says, I have low short chain fatty acids in my microbiome. Is this not like obvious why? Okay. So short chain fatty acids. That's basically just fat. So I mean, okay. 2020, both eyes. Okay, yeah, whatever. No short-sightedness. So this guy also goes out very often, because eye health is related to whether or not you go outside and you're exposed to the sun, and whether or not you look far or close. I started HGH therapy for thymus rejuvenation to enhance my immune system. Just from being vegan, your immune system's going to get much weaker. There's been no changes in serum estrogen or testosterone, and no known side effects. Wait, so I started non-feminizing estradiol based on male longevity evidence. Okay, so this is more. Oh my God, is he taking more supplements now? Please don't tell me he's taking more supplements. Okay, come on, tell me something useful. Tell me something useful. Come on, dude. Okay, again, he's literally throwing himself under a lamp. Bro, people do not have the money for this or the time for this. Okay. So, yeah, that was Bryan Johnson's thing. I looked through the rest of this. I couldn't really see anything in particular that stands out, but this guy exercises a lot. So there's a lot of good things that he does that you can take from, which is one, like, he exercises. He definitely exercises. He definitely goes out quite a bit. His routine is extremely expensive. You're not going to be able to afford this unless you have millions and millions of dollars. I mean, this is insanely expensive to do this daily. The supplements he takes, I mean, holy crap, this man takes over 100 pills. This is, to me, that's absurd. Anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you sort of see where I saw some flaws with Bryan Johnson's things in terms of his protocol and his results. And as you could see, just some of the things that point out that were most noticeable to me anyways were the aches in terms of his joint pain, because we already know oxalates are a very, very big cause of a lot of this stuff. And just off of going vegan immediately, I thought like there probably would be some problem related to that, as well as his ability for synthesizing cholesterol, because he does go out in the sun. Clearly, he goes out in the sun quite a bit. And you could see that just based on his eye health as well, in terms of not having myopia and all that stuff. That's related to, one, not being in sunlight, because sunlight is a really, really important factor in that. So, yeah, there's a lot of things that he does very, very well, but his diet is not one of them. Taking 100+ supplements, and on top of that, he experienced like extreme headaches in the middle of the night from taking some of these supplements. I mean, clearly this is not feasible. Like, nobody has a lot of time to do this, nor time or money. And motivation for that matter. I mean, there's tons of things. He's obsessive. So I do like that actually about him, because being obsessive is the only way to get things done correctly, in my opinion. And anyways, yeah, that's usually it, or to get things done in general. A lot of things he does well, as well as a lot of things he does poorly, and you can see it in his health and his biomarkers. I would like to see more biomarkers if he can take them. I don't really know if they can be done, how easy you can measure some of these markers that I would like to see. But yeah, anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you learned something. I hope you got to see the difference between Bryan Johnson and carnivore, basically. And it's really actually it's mostly just exercise. He does tons and tons of exercise. If you have any questions below, again, comment below, please. If you have anything else that you would like me to review or see, I wouldn't mind hearing more comments on that as well. If you liked the video, please give it a like. It helps the video and it helps spread the word. Maybe Bryan Johnson himself will be able to hear this, and he would actually possibly be able to change, because that joint pain stuff, I don't think that's going to go away. I definitely don't think that is going to go away. Same with the ear problems. I mean, I don't know where the phytotoxins will build up in him in particular, but I hope if this reaches him, that'd be pretty cool. So yeah, give the video a like. Any other questions, please subscribe to the channel. I will make plenty of more videos. I plan on releasing a new video every 3 to 5 days. And yep, that'll be it. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.